Look around the room you're in right now. Seriously, take a second. Count the things you can see. Furniture, gadgets, clothes, boxes you forgot about. Now here's something that'll mess with you a little. You don't own them. Every one of those things is quietly asking something from you. Right now. Even the ones you forgot. Hey, I'm really glad you're here. Get comfortable. This one's going to feel personal. Because we were all sold the same dream. Buy the thing, feel happy, done. But nobody mentioned the part that comes after you swipe the card. Buying it is not the end, it's the start. Every object you bring home signs you up for something. Quietly. Forever. And by the end of this video, you'll see your entire home differently. You'll walk through your own house like you're seeing the bill for the first time. There's an old line for this. 200 years old. And it's never been more true. The things you own end up owning you. Let me show you the part nobody talks about. The hidden cost of every single thing you own. You think you pay for an object once. At the register. Done. But that's not how it works. Not even close. Every object charges you rent. Forever. In 4 hidden currencies. Currency 1. Space. Everything takes up room. And room costs money. The bigger apartment, the extra closet, the garage you can't park in, that's storage you pay for monthly. You pay rent on your stuff every month. Currency 2. Maintenance. Things break, need cleaning, charging, updating, fixing. Every object is a tiny obligation that taps you on the shoulder and says, deal with me. Currency 3. Attention. This is the sneaky one, the expensive one. Remember mental bandwidth? Every object you own is an open tab in your brain. Every object is an open tab in your mind. You don't notice it consciously. But part of you is always tracking everything you own. Where is it? Is it working? Should I use it more? I should really sell that. I feel guilty about that one. 200 things equals 200 open tabs. Imagine a computer with 200 tabs open. That's most people's minds. And we wonder why we feel tired. Currency 4. The heaviest one. Identity. Once you own something, it quietly becomes part of who you think you are. And that makes it hard to let go. We'll come back to that one. It's the key to the whole trap. So you bought one thing, but you signed up for space, maintenance, attention, and identity. Forever. One purchase, 4 lifetime subscriptions. Now here's where it gets wild. Because objects don't stay alone. They multiply. Let me tell you about a French philosopher who figured this out in 1765. His name was Diderot. He was poor, content, and happy. Then someone gave him a gift, a beautiful, elegant scarlet robe, far nicer than anything he owned. It started with one robe. He put it on, and suddenly his old desk looked shabby next to it, so he replaced the desk. Then the chair didn't match the new desk, so he replaced the chair. Then the art on the walls. Then the rug. Then everything. One gift. A whole new house. He went into debt, chasing a feeling that the robe started, and he wrote about it, baffled at himself. Economists named it after him. The Diderot Effect. One purchase quietly demands the next, and the next. To match. To complete. To not feel out of place. New phone needs a new case. New charger. New accessories. New couch makes the curtains look old. Sound familiar? It's not weakness. It's a 250-year-old documented pattern. And brands? They engineer it on purpose. They sell you the robe, knowing it'll cost you the house. They sell the robe, it costs you the house. Now add the second force, the one that breaks the whole promise of buying. It's called hedonic adaptation, and it's the reason nothing you buy stays exciting. Think of the last thing you really wanted. The build-up, the anticipation, the day it arrived. The joy was real. For about 2 weeks, maybe a month. Then it just became another thing. The new normal. Invisible. The joy fades. The obligation stays. That's the cruel math. The happiness is temporary. But the space, maintenance, and attention costs? Permanent. Your brain adopts to the good. Then it needs the next thing to feel that spark again. The treadmill never ends. It's literally called the hedonic treadmill. You run, and stay in exactly the same place. And every step costs money you can't get back. Okay, I need to pause here because this next part is the whole reason I made this video. If you're looking around your room right now nodding, if this is landing, tap subscribe for me, not for an algorithm. I make one of these every week, and I'd love you here for the next. And do me a favor, comment one thing you bought that you barely use now. Be honest, I'll go first. No shame in it. Every single one of us has that drawer, that closet, that shelf. And if someone you love is buried in stuff and stress, send them this, quietly, as a friend. It might be the nudge they didn't know they needed. Okay, thank you. Let's keep going, because there's an entire economy built on the treadmill you're standing on. Start with the most honest proof. The self-storage industry. Self-storage is a $40 billion industry. Think about what a storage unit actually is. You pay rent monthly to store things you don't use, things you can't fit in your home, things you can't bring yourself to throw away. Paying rent to keep things you don't use. Millions of units, billions of dollars. All of it's stuff that was supposed to make people happy. Now those same things charge rent in a metal box people visit twice a year. The storage industry isn't selling space, it's selling a place to hide the evidence of the treadmill. Then there's fast furniture, fast fashion, fast tech, all designed to feel old fast. Designed to feel old fast. So you replace it, and the cycle spins again. Buy, adapt, feel old, replace, repeat. And here's the question that breaks people's hearts a little. Where does all that money go? The average person spends around $18,000 a year on things beyond essentials. Over a decade, that's nearly $200,000 for a house full of things you mostly don't use. Imagine that number invested instead, or turned into freedom, or time, or a year off. I'm not saying never buy anything. That's not the point. Stuff can be wonderful. The point is to see the real price, not the sticker, the lifetime price. Now back to that fourth currency, identity. The reason we can't let go. There's a psychological glitch called the endowment effect. The moment you own something, your brain values it more, just because it's yours. Researchers gave people a mug, then offered to buy it back. People demanded double what they'd pay for it. Own it, and it's worth twice as much in your mind. Same mug, same person. The only thing that changed was the word mine. The magic word, mine. That's why your closet is full of things you'll never wear, but can't donate. Letting go feels like losing, even when the thing is just sitting there, costing you. And it gets deeper. We attach memories, hopes, versions of ourselves to objects. The guitar you'll learn someday. The clothes for the body you used to have. The gear for the hobby you tried once. We keep things for people we're not anymore. Those things aren't really objects anymore. They're little monuments to a self that moved on. And every monument charges rent, space, attention, and a tiny pang of guilt every time you see it. So here's the shift, the one that changes everything. Are you ready? Stop asking, what does this thing cost? Start asking, what does this thing cost me to keep? Every object in your home, ask it one question. Are you earning your rent? Do you give me more joy or use than the space, attention, and upkeep you take? Be honest. Most things go quiet at that question. Because deep down, you already know. And here is the freeing part. You already paid for these things once. The kindest thing you can do is stop paying for them twice. This isn't about throwing everything away and living in an empty white room. That's just another trend. It's about ownership becoming a relationship instead of a reflex. Everything you keep should earn its place. And everything you buy should be worth the lifetime cost, not just the price. Try this, just once this week. Walk through one room. 1. Pick 3 things that aren't earning their rent. Just 3. And let them go. Sell, donate, gift. Watch what happens inside you. Let 3 things go. Most people describe the same feeling. Not loss. Lightness. Like a few of those browser tabs finally closed. A little more room in your own mind. Because everything you release stops charging rent in all 4 currencies at once. Let it go, and you stop paying rent. And something strange happens. The fewer things you own, the more you actually enjoy each one. Attention stops being split 100 ways. It concentrates. Things you love get loved again. There's a quiet kind of wealth in owning less, but using it fully. Own less, use it fully. And here's the part that surprises people most. This isn't really about stuff at all. It's about reclaiming the one thing every object quietly steals: your attention, your life force. Because attention is where your life actually happens. And you've been spreading it across 200 tabs. Imagine giving that attention to people, to moments, to things that can't be stored in a box. That's the trade nobody tells you about. Fewer things, more life. And the best part? You don't have to earn a single extra dollar to start. You just have to release. Freedom wasn't on the other side of buying more. It was hiding under everything you already had. So let's bring it home. So let's go back to that room you're sitting in. Look around again. Only now you can see it. The four currencies. The rent. The open tabs. You're not looking at possessions anymore. You're looking at relationships. Some earning their place, some not. And for the first time, you get to choose. On purpose. Not on reflex. You get to choose now. The dream they sold you was buy more, feel more. But you've felt the truth yourself. The joy fades. The weight stays. The treadmill never stops on its own. You have to be the one to step off. And you can. Starting with 3 things this week. You were never meant to spend your one life managing objects in a box. Your life is not for managing objects. Own what you love. Use what you own. Let the rest go. That's the whole secret. I'll leave you with one question. Sit with it tonight. What is one thing in your home that's been quietly owning you? And is it time to set it free? Tell me below. I read every comment. This has been Wealth Autopsy. Next week, why we feel poor even when the numbers say we're fine. I'm really glad you were here. See you then.